AMD shares initially falling after reporting earnings that were in line with estimates and beat on revenue. And then they were up, and now they're down again. Joining us now, Angelo Zino of CFRA Research to make some sense of it. Angelo, guidance short of expectations at the midpoint, projecting on the positive side, sequentially flat data center revenue. I say that's positive because Q4 is usually big, and an AI launch is going to help them with that. But then you've got semi-custom revenue declining by double-digit percentage, and it sounds like PCs are weak. Is it good? Is it bad? What do you think?
I mean, I think it's good. So, I think if we kind of break it down, it all does come down to the guidance here, right? I mean, and what the data center is going to look like. So when you kind of look at the results, it implies at the midpoint in terms of the guidance about a 12 to 13% sequential decline. That's still better than what kind of Intel guided to at about a 17% or 18% sequential decline. You kind of look at really where the strength is for AMD. They kind of cited the data center business, right? And that's important. When you kind of look at the mix, about 43% of their revenue is going to come from data centers here in Q1. And when you kind of look at what that essentially implies, is clearly strength, we think, on the GPU side of things. Clearly they just launched their MI300. The indication was probably about $400 million in revenue for Q4, similar level in Q1. At least that's what they guided to in late October. But all indications are there's probably greater than expected strength on that side of things. So I think that you saw a big sell-off early on. I think it came back here because my belief is the commentary on the call is probably going to indicate greater than expected strength, I think, on that GPU side.
So, Angelo, bigger picture, we've got Supermicro now trading above $500 a share, and that's data center. It's a lot of AI because they do high performance metal for the data center, but a lot of that's Nvidia. So how much is this a three-tier thing that we're talking about when we talk about Intel, AMD, and Nvidia?
Yeah, I mean, listen, I think you think about kind of what's driving all those companies. It is kind of greater compute, right, on the accelerator side of things, as we have kind of more AI workloads out there. And it's all about kind of the trajectory of that as we kind of go into 2024 and into 2025. And, our view is NVIDIA will continue to win the race here. But right now, without kind of NVIDIA really ramping up on the GPU, Intel ramping up on the GPU side of things until 2025, AMD has the potential to kind of be a clear number 2 player in terms of GPUs here in 2024. It's all going to be about what the run rate is going to look like exiting 2024 as it kind of extrapolates into higher revenue potential as we go into 25 and beyond, right? So when we think about AMD here, a company expected to generate only about 27 billion in revenue here. There's a lot of variability here from the GPU type side of things. So depending on what Lisa Su kind of guides here in terms of 2024, if she upside 2 billion into something closer to 4 billion or 6 billion, that's got a lot of potential upside, we think, potential longer term for AMD in terms of their revenue and EPS trajectory.
I mean, obviously, we've seen shares of AMD move strongly higher in recent weeks and recent months. Yeah. I mean, stock's pulling back slightly right now ahead of that earnings call. You have a buy rating. Are you sticking to it?
I mean, we're sticking to it as of now. I mean, clearly we want to see what the company has to say here on the call, but it is going to be all about kind of that AI trajectory here and our view here over the next 3 to 5 years, specifically what Lisa Su said just back in December in terms of their outlook for the accelerator space here over the next couple of years. We think there is still significant upside potential here, specifically on AMD's side of things, because they are just now starting to ramp up on that GPU side of things.